That was basically my reaction for the first 60 minutes of this game. I was asleep. I had my eyes shut at one point this game. Nothing was happening. It was so boring. It was a snooze fest. Chelsea weren't doing anything, giving the ball away stupidly. Cardiff as well, giving the ball away. Although they are a League One side, you would expect them to make certain mistakes against the Premier League side. But Chelsea were all over the place today. Very poor performance. But 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes, yeah, people, they started to wake up. In terms of the team that was fielded today, it was just heavily rotated, which is essential. But the thing is, we never got anything out of these players, out of the ones who were given a chance today. And in fact, I was expecting them to be a bit more up for it, because the players that had started today were all players that had a point to prove. We saw a whole load of nothing for the first 60 minutes until Cardiff gave the ball away and then Alejandro Garnacho opened the scoring. Then things started to open up a bit. Chelsea started to wake up a bit. Cardiff definitely woke up a lot more. Cardiff started playing a lot better. I think Cardiff deserve a lot of credit today because they were actually up for it. They played very well. Considering they are a League One side and you're putting them up against the Chelsea side like this, they were in the game from minute 1 all the way till minute 90. They always had that opportunity to get back into the game, and they did take their chance by scoring the first goal. Honestly, Chelsea's defense was sleeping for that goal. I don't know what on earth they were doing, but then again, they were sleeping the whole game, just like me. I fell asleep. This was reminding me of like Conference League games from last year. I remember there was this one game where Chelsea played Copenhagen. They won 1-0 away, and I genuinely fell asleep for a good half an hour, and I did not really miss anything. The same thing happened over here, where there was just no point in watching the first 60 minutes because nothing happened. The players that were given the opportunity and had a point to prove just did not take their chances. Tyreek George couldn't really do anything down the right wing. Mark Gue as well, very mispositioned. Jamie Gittins, again, like so much inexperience in that front four today that nothing was going to get done. Buona notte, man. Buona notte. This guy, he lived up to his name. For those of you who don't know, buona notte means good night in Italian. He literally said good night today. Buona notte was terrible, man. The man just said good night. He put me to sleep. I was finished. Like, I could not watch the amount of misplaced passes, the amount of misplaced shots. Like, I'm thinking, brother, what on earth are you doing? You're playing against the League One side and you're making silly errors like this. Buonanotte did not play well today. Apart from that, it was good to see Moise Caicedo today. He's finally back from suspension, and I feel that he brought a lot of balance to the midfield. If he did not play, I don't know what Chelsea would have done, because I genuinely think Cardiff would have gotten through a lot more. But Caicedo was there. He brought a lot of balance to the team. Huge credit to Alejandro Garnacho for coming on and scoring 2. Pedro Neto, always just being consistent. Joao Pedro, even though he doesn't score, but you can see a lot of what he does as a striker. I was expecting to see Estevao. Surprisingly, he did not even make the bench today. So I don't know what's happening with him, because he's not been playing much. I really hope that he's going to get game time. I don't think he should be given too much pressure, or he should not be too heavily relied on. But he also needs chances to get game time, to show what he can do, and to contribute meaningfully to the team. I was surprised he did not play today. But let's see what Enzo Maresca has in store for him. Maybe he might play during the weekend. But yeah, that was Chelsea-Cardiff. Chelsea move on to the semi-finals. I'm looking at the other quarter-final fixtures. Man City, Brentford, Newcastle, Fulham, Arsenal, Crystal Palace. So most likely we could see Man City, Newcastle or Arsenal if we are going to look at the teams most likely to win the quarter-final games. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tasty semi-final. But whoever we get, look, Chelsea need to take this seriously, because this could be a very good shot at a trophy this season. And we want silverware as Chelsea fans, don't we? Of course we want silverware. And given now that it's the semi-final, I think, look, it's only 3 more games and you win the trophy, so might as well go for it. Apart from the game, I just want to mention very quickly about the stuff that is going on behind the scenes, because Enzo Maresca has had some things to say, and I just hope that things are not kicking off like mad behind the scenes, because in the end, there's only going to be one loser. Whoever challenges the ownership, yeah, there's only going to be one loser, and that's going to be Enzo Maresca. I don't think he will be sacked unless things go horribly wrong. Something has to go terribly down the drain. But I do hear Enzo Maresca saying that he doesn't feel fully backed. And that is true. I don't think he has been fully backed with the players that he wanted, but he has been given a pretty good squad, and I think that he's managed it quite well. That also means that we should not shy away from the silly blunders that he has been making as of late. But right now, he seems to have rectified it, and he seems to have learned his lesson, especially from that Atalanta game where, yeah, Gusto at Cam was mental. But yeah, anyway, I just hope that it's not kicking off too badly. Sure, there can be a little bit of tension, but we'll wait and see what happens. In terms of what's going to happen at the end of the season, I hope this doesn't get worse, because then that could just be really bad. And that could be yet another manager sacking. And I've had enough, right? Hiring, firing, hiring, firing. Like, I really don't want this. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But if we're just going to look at today's result, good result. Yes, the job was done. Terrible performance. I was asleep for for a lot of that game. But yeah, we now move on to Newcastle on the weekend. That's going to be a pretty difficult game, because St. James's Park, yeah, Chelsea don't have a good record over there. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Feel free to like, subscribe. You can comment your thoughts. What did you think about the performance today, or did you fall asleep? I hope I'm not the only one who fell asleep during the game. And I'll see you on Saturday after Chelsea have played Newcastle. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Take care. Goodbye.